Hey, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Uh, Weekly reset. So, I think we all kind of know what that means. Weekly reset generally means weekly vendor shopping spree. Um, just to kind of go over, in case you're watching this on like YouTube, in the last VOD, I went over the class balance changes that went live on Korea. I also added the links in the description to both the live patch and the PTR patches. But granted, they're in Korean, so you have to use Google Translate. They're gonna be a little scuffed. And then we went over the patch notes for today, and as far as I know, everything should be probably working. So like we're just gonna look real quick. One of the changes they made, which I already noticed earlier, is they actually were able to implement. Like I can't verify if the character change is working because I haven't used my express mission yet, but they were able to at least implement the level 50, level 100 restrictions, or item I level 1100 restrictions, which is nice. So now, hopefully going forward in any future express missions that are like this, where they don't really benefit tier 3 characters, or they don't benefit up to like a certain like item level, they'll be able to implement these changes so people don't accidentally make a hiccup. So that's cool to see. Something of note is that the Guardian Raid event in general has been extended until May 19th. So, which is the date that there's the tentative date for that they're aiming for the May update. So hopefully everything goes well, and it doesn't get delayed. I'm hoping somehow they complete it and then decide to like push it out early, but that's probably not going to happen. So it seems May 19th is kind of like the current tentative date for Destroyer, Vulcan, Challenge, and Guardian, that kind of stuff. Because it was confirmed, Rocks did confirm on the forums that they're aiming for a once a month like big update. So for content, so for like classes and all that kind of stuff, which will be interesting if they end up doing multiple class releases in a month. If they aim for that, like if I don't know how it'll go if they release two classes side by side kind of thing, but honestly, that's kind of for the future kind of thing because we really don't know how they're gonna handle that stuff. Give me a second. I just need to put things to research. Research this. Research this. Okay, let's see. The next. All right, so we won't have a research to level up till 13, it seems. So we'll just research these. So these ways we can get those. Let's see what weekly tasks we have for the guild. All right, we have a cube. Do I have enough for a refresh? Yes, I do. Boss rush. And fishing. All right, cool. So yeah, so if you're running a guild, that's just a heads up. You can select, you can basically look through the weekly tasks. And like, for instance, the boss rush was really the only one that was kind of worth grabbing, from what I saw. I grabbed not the boss rush, the cube one was the one I was worth grabbing. So I grabbed that one. And then you can refresh for an increasing cost, apparently, of 1,000 was for the first cost, and then this one is 1,500 if you want to refresh it again. But basically, you can select one per list, and so like that's what I did. I selected the cube off of the first one. I refreshed it, and then I had boss rush and fishing, which are two relatively easy because fishing, it's kind of you're kind of gonna do a lot of fishing in general for the fusion materials. So with that, you can get three weekly tasks at least, or two depending on what level your guild is at, to that everybody can is gonna put into it, and well, not put into it, but that everybody is more readily available to work. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, that's cool. So this is something interesting to note. I thought you'd be able to aid research like once per research, but no, it's only one research aid per, but that's fine because this ticking is going to help anyway in the long run. But that's pretty interesting. So we're also gonna, so again, weekly reset, generally for me that means I'm gonna do a quick swing through all of my characters to get to get their vendors, their weekly vendors. Currently, the only ones I plan on buying right now are the PvP vendor, who is going to be pretty much all those mats are going to go to my scrapper because they're all bound. The Guardian Raid event vendor, again, those all that's going to my scrapper, and then the PvP, the not the PvP, the guild vendor on my characters, because I plan on at the very least buying out all the tier 3 and tier 2 on my tier 3 characters for the bloodstones, and then on my striker he's going to buy the tier 2 and the tier 1 mats, so because all those stones are unbound, and then I hoard all those in the in my roster storage, so that way when I need them, they're there and ready. So also I need to do my dispatches, and I've like basically this is what I'm talking about. Like I've been having materials rolling basically non-stop for these last couple days. Well, by non-stop I mean I'll do at least like two or three a day, because it's expensive, right? Like doing 60 is like 400 gold. So but basically I'm just doing that so that way I can, because again my goal right now is to, while prepping for the destroyer, I still can't just like straight abandon everything. I am slowly working on the scrapper to get her to 14, 15, or at least as close as I can. She has, you know, 3 weeks of Guardian Raid event bound mats and stuff to push that forward. And then the goal is, outside of her, is to slowly push up the Glaver, slowly but surely, using the books. So the plan is for the Glaver, as long as she has books to use, I will do honing attempts on her different stuff to try to get her to 1370. And then once she gets to 1370, maybe do it again on the Berserker, depending on how much time I have. Because I think for the next 2 weeks, I'll probably be honing the Glaver. And then on that last week, I don't think I'll be honing the Glaver at all, even though I'll have... basically, that'll be wasting a week of books. But I kind of don't want to... I don't want to dip my materials too low, because... Again, the goal for me personally is to get the destroyer up and running as soon as possible. Like pretty much, I want him in tier 3 day 1, and I want him to get at least like 1325, 1340 day 1. It's kind of like my goal to get him going, which is achievable because I got the Glaver to 1340 in 2 days, basically 2 or 3 days, with using, and that was using lightly arc pass materials, which. Now I've been hoarding all of the arc pass materials for destroyer, like any, well, not just arc pass material, but any material like pouches that come in from either monthly logins or from events or anything like that, is specifically being dumped in the roster storage to just be saved up for the destroyer. So as you can see, I have 17 Guardian Stone pouches, 10 Destruction Stone pouches. These are predominantly going to be used to get them out of tier 2 if needed, and then if not, then they'll be used in tier 3. I have Harmony Shard pouches. I have a bunch of Harmony Shard pouches and down here, and more Destruction Stones and all this kind of stuff. So like, pretty much all of this is basically just reserved for the destroyer, and then whatever's left over will go to whatever future alts or whatever current alts, depending on what I need, arises. So you know, I'm pretty set with all that kind of stuff. With the Guardian Raid event being extended by 3 weeks, basically, you probably have to restart doing at least some Guardian Raid event, because unlike the Naruni Racing, you didn't get Guardian Raid event. You don't get the Guardian Raid event currency from Chaos Dungeons and doing regular Guardian Raids. You have to do the actual event itself. So some people might not have, you know, if you kind of were someone who you only did the bare minimum for the Guardian Raid event, you probably should like actually do it now, especially because there's plenty of stuff to purchase now. So as we can see in shop, they're not very expensive, and but you know, you have 500,000 silver here. You have 10, you know, the 10 engravings from green all the way to purple for class engravings and combat engravings. You get 10 of each, so that's really good. Then you have 3. Oh wow, actually you have 15 legendary to rare card packs. Like, that's huge. So that's really good. So there's a lot of good stuff in here, so you definitely want to make sure you have enough currency to be able to buy these every week, on top of the books for any alts that you have that are below 1370, because remember, the actual books themselves can't be used past 1370. They're literally only there to be used on on the below 1370, right? They're designed to be used on the purple gear, not the legendary gear. But basically, the shop has plenty to sell. They took out the gems, like they said, because apparently, like that was one of the big incomes for bots. Not to mention another something that they didn't mention, but was kind of probably expected, seeing how they had removed the gems specifically because of the bots, is that the engraving pouches are bound. Basically, they're not like the engraving pouches from the Naruni racing event where the books you got were unbound and you could sell them on the auction house. These are bound, so that means whatever character you open these chests on, because the actual pouch is roster bound. So, but whatever books you get out of them, you will not be able to trade at all. So be careful who you open these books on, and make sure that the person you actually open the books on is who you want it on. So that way you don't make any mistakes. But even then, like all in all, this is fantastic, because this will be very helpful, especially for people with like glavers or people who haven't been able to build a lot of stuff. Is just like, these are great. I'm really glad they put them in here, because now I can like basically build my glaver without worrying, because I just have so much stuff now to start building up classes and stuff. We're not gonna open the card packs anytime soon. I'll do like a big card unpacking stream on probably on the 12th of May, which will be the last week for the event to go, because I kind of like opening a lot of pouches at once, and that'll be like 45 card packs, not including any like card pack adventure islands that I end up doing. So let's see today. So for instance, I guess we'll go to Lush Read. I was about to say, so for instance today, but both of the only one that's not a PvP island is Snowpang, and Snowpang is only giving like silver. So that's kind of whatever. But so I guess we'll do Lush Read Island for the pirate coins. I don't really plan on buying too much of the pirate coin stuff. This last week I did I opened like I bought out the pirate coin vendor on 2 of my tier 3 characters, just to help build up mats, because I guess we could kind of look at that a little bit. As you can see, like I've been using some though, because I almost had like a full stack and a half earlier, but I've been pushing the scrapper a bit more proactively recently. I'm probably about to start selling my destruction stones quite a bit, because I plan on doing an efficiency route. So, and then my weapon, like, it's gonna stay at plus 11 for a while. So I'll probably, actually no, now that I think about it, I should save those. I should save them for the destroyer, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, I was thinking about selling them, but then I remember that I want to get the destroyer up and running like ASAP. So, oh, hold up, I need to get my, there we go, another 1500. We leveled up to Ultra 8. I could have pushed to Ultra 9 yesterday, but by the time I did it, it was a little late and I was a little tired, and I didn't really feel like going that far into it. But I'm pretty close, as you can see. I would have been at 30. I was at 35. I only need to get to 42. That would have been another like 1 or 2 games, and I would have gotten to Ultra 9 instead. But I'll do that this week. This week I might try to push to Ultra 10 throughout the week, especially because I plan on doing some PvP, some more PvP throughout the week than I was before. So that's that'll be pretty good. I need to start. I'm kind of just doing unranked at the moment. I need to start doing like funneling ranked back into it, because ranked is just I need to kind of get used to like the ranked environment for stuff. It's been a long time since I did ranked in PvP modes, so I have to wait for that. But we can buy all of these. Too bad the leaf stones and the shards are bound, because if they were roster bound, that'd be nice. I hope that's a change they start doing in the future, is maybe making more bound stuff like roster bound. So like the shard pouches and like the leaf stones, like making them just roster bound would be nice, instead of straight up just bound to the character. But we'll see how that goes. All right, we got a cube ticket for tier 3. That kind of sucks because I hate doing cube ticket. No, I'm not. I'm gonna like cube to me is so fucking boring. So fucking boring. But we have the cube weekly this week for the guilds, so I'll have to suck it up and do it a couple times. All right, here, let's see. Again, we're just going for leapstone. Can't buy. No. Will I be short on leapstones? I'll have to do more PvP because I can't buy enough of this stuff right now. Like I could buy out I'll buy these out because I'll need them, and then I'll buy as many Great Honor leapstones as I can get. Because all right, so we can get 5. So then we can come back later and do more. Again, to be honest, in hindsight, I shouldn't have bought the Guardian Raid event destruction stones on her. I should have bought them on the Glaver to use, but too late for regrets. So here we go. So now we put these in here. But yeah, so we're also gonna do some honing on her real quick before I go and I do the whole rotation on all my characters, because I kind of want to just get the weekly vendor stuff out of the way, and then after that we'll kind of just settle in and start doing just our regular weekly grind. She has rested for Yoho because she'll be doing I'll be doing Night Fox Yoho today to get all that done. She's on a rested rotation. I don't feel like doing that. Basically, I'm also just like I'm pretty sure I still have enough like Guardian Raid event tokens where I can still just ignore it except for when I feel like it. So basically what I do is I just ignore it until Chromanium is the buff monster, and then I just do that on a couple characters. Not all of them. Like I won't do them on the Scrapper. I'll do it on like the Berserker and the Glaver just for like practice and the Deadeye and stuff like that. But so yeah, so you can see my weapon is staying at 11. I do know there's some efficiency routes were saying that leveling up your armor, your chest and pants to plus 11 was more efficient than just leaving them at 8, but I don't know how the numbers pan out for the oh shit, nice, for the attack power, because I do know that some people have like they went on the Korean version. Like some people, like I know Benji a while back, he went on the Korean version, and he had a character who he boosted, like he basically like got him up to 14, 15 using the original quote unquote Saint Tone efficiency route, which isn't Saint Tone specifically. I think it's like the Koreans is what they were doing back in the day before the honing rate changes were applied. And you did get more attack power that way. So I'm kind of just going to do that because I know for a fact the attack power from that way is like it works. So all right, 14 there. Then we're going to do 2 taps on the shoulders, and then 2 taps on the helmet, and then whatever we have today we'll just call it good, because I'm going to be running out of honor leapstones here in a second. And the last one. All right, that's basically going to be it for now. Like I dipped way too much into the resources. As you can see, I no longer have the 9,000, but that I did it now, and then like throughout this week. So I'm 1395 now. I'm almost 1396. So we'll get there. You know, we'll get there. We have a good chunk of attack power, so it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Also, hopefully, I think probably in the next couple days I should finally be able to get the weapon, because the reason I say this is because when I bought the super premium line, it started me off on like level 11, and then through doing the missions I was able to get all the way up from level 11 to basically almost 24. So now with the reset, you now have the normal missions again, which those you can only get 500 XP from them. And so with 500 XP, I'll get to 24, get to 25, because it takes 150 per. So that's like, I'll probably be able to get to like 27, 28 maybe. Actually, no, probably farther than that, because with 500 XP, so it's 150 each. And I'm missing, so we'll ignore this one, we'll add this one later. So I'm missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 800, no, 900. Plus the remaining 80, so that's 980. So just with the daily stuff alone, that'll get me about halfway there. And then with the Una tokens, I'll get another 100 this week. With and that usually I finish by Saturday because I have so many alts. that I run stuff on a daily basis. Plus the ghost ship, which we can now do again to get another 50. That's 650. Adventure Island tomorrow, I'll get another 100, so that's 750. We'll be close. I think we might need another week because I don't know if I'll be able to fit. Well, actually, I might be able to get the spend life energy because I got to 19,000 in 1 week doing the fishing guild weekly, so I should get this. So yeah, this week I should be able to get really at least pretty close to finishing finishing the arc pass. And then there's supposed to be a hidden mission that will be revealed at a set date. I don't know what that is, but I don't think it really matters for me personally because at this rate I'll almost be done with the arc pass anyway, and then it won't really matter to me because the adventure rewards will be done tomorrow for me. Or not the yeah, because I think level 3 is the highest. I don't think anything goes past level 3. Let me see. I think there was one that was levels that I completed already. Level 1, level 2, level 1, level 2. Actually, it might go past level 3. I haven't finished anything's level 3 yet. So, but basically, I should be done this week with the arc pass. I'm assuming. So I can finally have my shiny little weapons. And I think what I might end up doing is I'll probably wait to see what class comes in June, and depending on what class comes in June, I'll probably buy the blue crystal armor pack on it, or like not armor pack, but the blue crystal armor chest that's in the shop. So that's kind of my plans right now. Because to be honest, I don't really like the male version of the costume, and then both of my female characters have a skin. So like I use this skin on my scrapper. Look at those scrapper gloves though. They look so good. Hold on, let's show what it'll actually look like. Like this is what my character will look like. Except for the pants, because I'm just using my preordained pants because they match the outfit for now. And then I'll probably turn the glow back on. But look, these are so fucking cool. I love them. I love them because I'm a sucker for the whole like actual fist model, like mold in the weapons. I'm such a sucker for those kinds of like weapons on gauntlet characters, and like I'll probably end up using this for a long time. I don't see myself replacing these gauntlets until either they release the mech gauntlets or they release the season 1 legendary gauntlets, because those are the only gauntlets I think I'll like better than this one. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that. And the Veritas pet. The Veritas pet is also at level 30 if you bought the premium track, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so real quick, we're gonna just roll through all my characters, get their Bloodstone mail done, get their guild logins done, and then just empty out their Bloodstone vendors, so that way they can just have that done. So I can just not worry about that for the rest of the week, even though I'll keep checking every fucking day of the week. But yeah, so I'm pretty excited. So this is gonna be technically I'm just hoping they can stick to that date and nothing crops up. I still had a slight hope that maybe they would kind of like split the May update where they would give us like maybe Destroyer and Challenge Guardians like in the second week of May, and then release Volton, Descaluda, and all that in a different week. But it seems they kind of want to do it all at once, and so it's kind of just is what it is. It kind of just is what it is. I'll just have to deal with the consequences of having to run having to, you know, gear up my my destroyer while I'm trying to do Volton on the side, or at least if I get there. Like again, I'm not planning to overstretch myself for Volton with materials, even though I could, but. So yeah. So come on, quick run. Actually, I could use the Guardian Raid event vendor to practice more Glaver practice because I need more practice on Glaver. But I don't think it's like the best because they die so fast. Also, I need to buy these chests, but we have to see because I didn't do it on the Scrapper because the Scrapper's Bloodstones are kind of just reserved for her. But for this, for I think the Deadeye, I'm going to buy all the tier 3 stuff that is unbound, and then buy the unbound tier 2 stones. So that way I can just stockpile these tier 2 stones. And like unbound materials really isn't like a loss, like an X, like if you have too many, that's not really an issue because like in the long run, it's kind of like if you have too many, you just sell them because bloodstones are free basically, so there's no real loss on them. So you might as well just sell them. And he's got plenty, so we'll just empty out the tier 1 stuff on him too. There and here. And I think that's pretty much everything for him. I'll have him buy these. And then I'll buy these on a different character because they're more expensive. Alright. Do we get any boss rush tickets? Silver? I mean, I'm not going to complain about silver, to be honest. And... or silver. That's fine. I mean, he has a tier 2 boss rush ticket, and he might get one when he's doing his chaos dungeon, so I'm not too concerned about it. So he can at least do it once. As long as all my characters can do it once, it's fine. Because some of my characters have like 3 or 4 boss rush tickets, so again, I'm not really too concerned about it. Oh man, now Glaver. I'll finally be able to at least run level 3 Pinnacle on Glaver. And then I think I have purple supercharge already. Do I have purple supercharge? I can check. I'll have to check because if I don't have purple supercharge, I'll need to open those books. Just because like if you're planning on playing a destroyer, like the 2 first engravings that you should get to level 3 is the class engraving, the Hammer of Wrath class engraving, and then level 3 supercharge if you're running Hammer of Wrath. Those are like the 2 most important ones to run, especially with the changes, because with the new changes to destroyer, you run 3 charge abilities on Hammer of Wrath builds, and I imagine that apparently, from what I've understood, because I watched some videos on it, apparently they haven't figured out a way to make gravity training build kind of work right now with the changes. Apparently, there's no like build, from what I understand, that has come out that they feel is, I guess, good enough. Also, since we're gonna be in the same building, we might as well just do the Sasha report real quick. But that could also just take some time because, I mean, it's to this date and like builds were still coming out, like new builds that were good were still coming out for classes like shock trading, scrapper, and stuff like that. So, and war dancers and all those kinds of classes. So I don't know. It'll probably just take time. So if you're interested in the gravity training build, it could be a little bit of a new frontier for you. If you're the type of person that likes, you know, experimenting, you should have a good amount of fun with it when it comes out. He doesn't need life shards, and he's not going to need leap stones because he has 935 fucking leap stones. Because this guy's gonna live in here for a while. This is why I wish, like, this is why I hope that maybe they do a change eventually where anything that's bound just becomes roster bound instead. Because it's pretty rough to it's pretty rough to have all these mats on like these characters and then they basically go to waste once you push them to tier 3 because you can't do anything with them. Silver, and then more silver here. Alright, we're gonna go over to Sasha, do, you know, sing her some songs. Yeah, so for Destroyer, you, like, so Supercharge is going to be very important on top of your actual class engraving, so you're going with those at level 3. So Supercharge is, especially if you play something like a Gun Lancer, it's a pretty safe investment if you plan on maining a Destroyer. Barricade is another safe investment if you plan on playing Destroyer, Gun Lancer, Scouter, or Transformation Scouter, or Arcana, because all four of those classes use Barricade in their DPS engravings because they all have shields. And Arcana uses protection runes in order to use Barricade on some of their abilities, from what I understand. So if you don't have it, if you don't have protection runes, you might want to look into it. Lushreed Island gives a protection rune. I think there's another Adventure Island that gives a protection rune. So there's a couple sources, so you probably want to look into that. If I'm mistaken, the 7th Omnium Star reward is also a protection rune. Yeah, the 7th Omnium Star reward is a legendary protection rune, so, you know, these are kind of things you might want to start working towards for, alright, Ghost Ship and Chaos Gate. For the, for stuff like Arcana and stuff like that. So, oh, they ended up moving that ship too. Yeah, I thought it was really weird. So, like, for instance, they moved the ghost ships, basically. The ghost ships used to be, like, in the middle of, well, not this one. This one's kind of still in the middle. But this one wasn't that far. But, like, the 460 one used to be, like, here. Which didn't make a lot of sense when you think about how 460 is tier 1. And most tier 1 players wouldn't have a very high Dead Sea Water resistance, and this is level 3 dead water, like it's pretty high. So they moved that here. And this one I found kind of weird because it used to be over here, because you used to have to park like over here. You have to like skirt around the edge of the map because you can't actually go down this way. The map like cuts off like here. But then they moved it here, so they just made it a little easier to get to. That was kind of nice. The 961, I think it's close enough in my opinion. Granted, this is level 4, but generally for the most part you can make it there. So it's all good. So that, I feel like that's a good change in my opinion. All right, so I'm so glad that I could get the Scrapper 1395 though, because if she gets to 1395, so like my goal now is maybe to try to push her at least as close to 1400 as I can get her in this week, so that way I can use the next like 2 weeks or so to get her to 1415. I still don't think I'm going to be ready for when Bolton comes out, because I delayed a lot at the beginning when I first hit tier 3 because selling mats at the time was basically like easy money. And then after that I kind of just, you know, I spread myself out, right, a little bit. Like I have a 1395 scrapper, but I also have two 1340 characters and a 1325. So albeit little by little, each of those still pulls in, it takes resources, so it just is what it is. All right, the support research, because the most important one out of the two of these is the guild shop research. And I need to set up all the weekly and daily, or the weekly stuff now, because I'm gonna forget if I don't do it now. And then I'll go and do like all these chaos dungeons without actually having the weekly done, and then it'll be a waste. But yeah, so since it's the beginning of the week, I'm gonna do the thing I said earlier with the Glaver. When I swap to her, I'm gonna buy mats for her, and then I'm going to use basically all the books I have to try to get her to 1370. It's gonna eat up a lot of my mats, but I think getting her to 1370 so she can at least like start doing phase 1 Argos and stuff like that is probably more beneficial long term. And then she can at least get like extra gold that way. At least that's kind of my view on it. Alright, so this guy, I don't think he'll be able to buy a lot of extra stuff because he kind of has to buy all of his own stuff. But it's fine because I can still make more bloodstones throughout the week because of logins and stuff. Alright. I think we should be able to at least clear out this stuff. Alright, yep, we had just enough. We had just enough. With him, I'll probably have to start kind of like reeling back a little bit. We'll see how much bloodstones he can make with the researches going. Because the point is the reason I'm buying the tier 2 bloodstone mats is because I don't have 2 characters in tier 2 anymore. I only have 1 character in tier 2. So with 1 character in tier 2, it very, very heavily reduced how much mats I could farm per week on at tier 2, right? So like I can farm quite a hefty amount of mats in tier 3 because I have 4 characters in tier 3 and they're all just running their chaos dungeons every day and I'm just hoarding those materials up. But for tier 2 characters, it's a little different since I only have 1. And I have like all my slots are full, right? So like I have 5 classes that are playing now, and then I have 1 slot that's say reserved for the destroyer. Basically, I'm gonna have to buy a character expansion slot in June probably, because there's a pretty high chance that whatever they release in June is gonna be something I want as an alt. Granted, I don't think I'll it's definitely not going to be something where I'm like, oh, I need to get that done today, like kind of thing. Like it's not going to be on the same level of like importance to get up as the destroyer is for me, in my opinion. Did I donate? I didn't even do the login. So you know that one I'll definitely take a bit more at pace, but it'll still be a pretty big deal. Also, let me, so I don't forget, I'm going to forget. I need to get the pinnacle books out of here. Pinnacle. Open 10. And then tap, 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 tap. Everything is locked. Do that. Alright, that wasn't locked. And then we read all 20. And now we have level 3 class engraving, which is really all we really need right now. With those extra purple combat battle books though, I'll probably start, I'll probably go for increased not increased mass, a keen blunt weapon. And then, probably, yeah, she's probably only gonna be able to buy tier 3 stuff. That'll be fine. And then probably, actually, she might even be able to buy all the tier 3 stuff. And probably, whatchamacallit? What's the word I'm looking for? Cursed Doll, maybe. I think is probably what I'm going to go for on her. So, but that comes after, Supercharge. Because the point is like, I'm kind of on the fence, right? Because like, so technically the cheapest way to get 3x3 right now is you run 2 purple battle engravings instead of your class engraving, and then you just get, because it's really easy to get class engravings right now. But I think long term it's going to cause issues because then you won't be able to easily transition over to relic accessories, because unless they change it, the only guaranteed sources of class engravings on your accessories is from Oreja Hard and Argos, which mind you, the Oreja Hard giving that is new for our region. So you know, so that's kind of just something to keep in mind. All right. So we have 11 attempts to own armor. because we're just gonna go one at a time all the way through. With the books, we should probably get at least most of this to level 10. Six more tries. Come on now. You know you wanna succeed. There we go. Yeah, I do these at the beginning of the week specifically because it's pretty easy to recoup throughout the week. All right, come on. 2 more tries. There we go. And then with the destruction stones, she's only going to be the one using them, so it won't dip too hard into it. I'm just going to use all my weapon books right now. He doesn't have any protection items though, so... Sweet! Got the plus 12 on that. That's nice. Alright. And then over here... Plus 11 there. And then we have one last try here. Oh no, we're done. That's it. Well, I'll do it just because I already fed it. Alright, it didn't succeed. So, we have the Glaver. The Glaver is now 1347. That's pretty good. And, alright, so we bought all the Bloodstone stuff. We did her login, correct? Yes. So now we are going to start the grind. Because it's really all we got for this week, really. Another week, another grind, baby. Our new week, same grind. So we're just gonna take it from the top, right? I like to start with my Deadeye, get him out of the way. He's kind of like, to be honest, I kind of need to start doing his Guardian raids because I think he's like fully rested on them, but I'm not too. He kind of is fucked. I'm not gonna lie, he's kind of fucked right now. He's gotten no luck in getting engravings and stuff like that. I might try matchmaking the first Oreja normal on him to see if we can get some loot, but I also might just wait till the weekend, like Friday, Saturday, because I have a couple buddies where they all have at least like some other 1325 characters, so we can all kind of just roll together, and then kind of just do like armored knack together and stuff like that. So I should probably start trying to push him to 1340, so that way he can do a Grexion, because, well, actually I don't even know if he can survive a Grexion in all honesty, because he gets like demolished. Granted, he just doesn't, he's had like no luck, right? Like I've been running this preemptive strike stone since like he's been in here, since he's been in tier 3. He's had like no luck ability stone wise, and then he cleared normal Oreja, the first one, and I dumped all of the sunset scales into accessories, and between the accessories that he got from just clearing the dungeon, the abyssal dungeon, and then the accessories from the sunset scales, he got nothing that he could use, just absolutely nothing, because you need just specialization. That's all you really run on an enhanced weapon Deadeye. It's specialization and then a bit of like swiftness or crit on your necklace, which I think I'll probably just go swiftness just to kind of make it smoother, personally. So it's just like I don't know what to do with him. Like I like playing him. He's a nice change of pace character because I do like the stance swapping, because like it's such a nice thing. Like it was kind of a pain in the ass when I was first getting used to it, but the more I got used to it and the more you build up muscle memory, the more I enjoy it as a change of pace. He's definitely not a character who I will like be like, oh, he needs to be doing like, like he for me, he'd never be a character who's like ready to do Volton day one. Like he'll get to Volton probably like months down the line, so it's just like, it just is what it is. So but hopefully his luck for like this week can probably take a turn for the better, so that way he can at least an ability stone, right? An ability stone he can use. I need an adrenaline ability stone for like raid, for my raid build. Take like 3 years for shit to load in. At least it's not freezing, right? It's like, I don't know if you remember, but like last week I was having issues where my like as assets were loading in, the game would just freeze for like a minute, and it hasn't happened this week. So I think they might have fixed whatever was causing that. But that was definitely a really big issue. And some people were saying that was due to the easy anti-cheat and like whatever stuff they've done. So, and I know they like Roxa said on the forums that they've been working with easy anti-cheat to kind of like not make that be an issue. So it seems that maybe they've been able to do some progress there. But like I'm expecting the delay load, but the delay in loading, but the freezing was definitely kind of annoying, especially in Chaos Dungeon. That could kind of be a death sentence sometimes, depending on the map. Gosh. Dude, that's something I hate though. Like his hitbox went like invulnerable for a second, so that last sniper hit didn't do anything. Oh, cool, boss rush and cube ticket. I bet I'll take it. Yeah, I've seen like I had a friend of mine bring it up because I've seen it bouncing around a lot on like the forums where people are claiming that like our chaos dungeons were nerfed, and I think the one of the community managers said they would look into it with the dev like the the back end team. Personally, I never noticed the difference from when I first got to tier 3. I always just felt from the get-go that tier 3 chaos dungeons just gave less shit than normal. So, and then from what I understand from most other people who've done a lot of chaos dungeon, a lot of us kind of like it just felt the same. I know Reddit, there was a post kind of debunking it where they pulled clips from streams from like 2 months ago or something like that from tier 3 where they were getting the exact same sort of loot that we were getting or that people were talking about from bosses and stuff. So I don't think there is an issue. I think it's just that for whatever reason tier 3 RNG for materials is just fucking insane. Like it's just ridiculous. So it kind of just is what it is. I also think it kind of just depends also what level you're comparing it to, because like 1325 doesn't give shit compared to like 1385, right? So you're going from a main to an alt and then you're just like, man, you don't get anything here. Like, did they nerf this? It's like, no, it's just that you went lower, so there's less shit to get. So but I will agree that like it doesn't feel good that sometimes it just feels like you're not getting anything sometimes in comparison. So I don't know if that's just a visual thing that they could work on or something, but for the most part, I don't think if it did get nerfed, I don't think it was an intentional nerf. It was probably something that they were like, oops, we kind of fucked up, that kind of thing. So, or maybe something they changed in the build affected something that they weren't expecting. So, which happens, because our build is kind of like a weird hodgepodge of random shit put together in a way. So like if you literally like just look at our build piecemeal, it's pretty much just just a hodge, like just a smorgasbord of stuff from a bunch of different patches that they put together for our version on top of just new stuff that they added for our version. So it kind of just is what it is at this point. I would say, so I mean, I don't know if I should talk about this on Twitch, but apparently there's a lot of like talk going around at potential changes to Twitch partner program going on. So I don't know how that'll affect the longevity of Twitch. Currently I do Twitch just because it feels easier to kind of like set up and get running, because I did some YouTube streams and YouTube's like interface just doesn't seem to be all there in comparison to Twitch for just like stuff you have at your fingertips to do. It feels like, at least when I first did first couple test streams on like YouTube, it felt like I really had to kind of like do a lot of stuff from my end. And as someone who was starting out like new, that was a lot. Like, that was a lot to take in all at once. While Twitch kind of, you just kind of like, it's almost like a plug and play kind of device, right? You kind of just put it in and then you just roll. You don't got to worry about it. You don't got to do a bunch of startup or anything like that. But but we'll see. Me personally, I never really planned on going past like affiliate with Twitch personally. Just because I never liked the idea of being stuck to like an exclusivity contract just in case, because that's kind of putting all your eggs in one basket. And so, from what I understand, I mean, the beginning is the partners, right? Because that's kind of the other thing, right? You can't just be like, oh, well, it only affects partners. So if you plan on staying affiliate, it's not that big of a deal. That's not how this works. They start with partners now, and then they work their way down, right? So eventually, they want to reduce the cuts for some of the bigger streamers on their subs and stuff to kind of get them to play more ads. Is kind of what I was reading about it, which I think is going to bite them in the ass, especially if they're trying to push like mid-stream ads, like the ones that just kind of like block you out. Especially if you're going to give them less like subs, right? Because the whole point about ads is kind of to like encourage people to subscribe to that channel. It's like, it's realistically, that's what it is. Like, you're making extra money, but from them for being free viewers, but at the same time, you're kind of just incentivizing them to spend money on Twitch and like subscribe to multiple channels. But if they know that the streamer is getting less of a cut than they were before or something like that, even with losing exclusivity, because that was the trade-off, right? Supposedly, they were thinking of removing the exclusivity clause from the Twitch contract for Twitch partners, because in case you don't know, Twitch partners, you can only really stream on Twitch. You're not really allowed to stream anywhere else, at least under that moniker. I don't know how it works if you like stream under a different persona kind of thing. Especially if you're a VTuber. I feel like if you're a VTuber, you can kind of just have like a side model and kind of just go on YouTube and stream under that side thing, and then if they're like, well, that's you, you're just like, or it's just someone that sounds like me, that kind of thing. Without complete proof, they can't really like, I don't think they'd be able to do anything, but who knows. I also don't know of anybody who wants to actually try to do that with Twitch. They're owned by Amazon. Amazon has a lot of money to sue people, but basically I don't know how it'll pan out, to be honest, because it doesn't seem to be a very smart smart maneuver, I think, for the long term, because if your users get fed up, like the actual users get fed up, and then the streamers get fed up, they'll just look for other platforms. And currently the only thing that ooh, I missed. The Twitch really has going for it is that it has, it has a pretty easy what would you call it? Easy, kind of like what I was saying earlier. It's like plug and play almost. Like, you kind of just turn it on and you just start streaming, and it has a lot of stuff at your disposal that just makes it easy to kind of like just get started right off the bat, in my opinion, compared to like YouTube. Now, I don't know about other whatchamacallit, about other streaming services like Hitbox and all that kind of stuff, because I've never used them personally. So I can only really compare it to YouTube, because YouTube's the only other streaming platform I've personally used. But I feel like that really won't mean anything, because that's more of a time and experience kind of thing, and like YouTube has some pretty big traction over there, to be honest, especially with like the VTuber stuff. So I think I don't know, it's kind of we'll just have to wait and see how things pan out. And being as small as I am, it's not exactly like it's gonna break me to have to like restart on like YouTube or somewhere else. Oh, finally, adrenaline! Fuck yes, here we go. Here we fucking go. I have to look back to see how many blues I have, because if I have enough blues, I'm just gonna give him blue enhanced weapon, and then just use adrenaline, because I have purple adrenaline. So what's on this? Yeah, crit rate plus 20%. That'd be like 35% crit rate with adrenaline, right? Because I think adrenaline level 3 gives, yeah, it gives 15 at 6 decks. All right, let's see how bad my stone cutting is gonna be, because that's the second curse part of the Deadeye. Is he has gotten one adrenaline stone, like a blue one, and then he kind of just bricked it. All right, 5. All right, so that's done. The rest of this is just making sure I don't get too many move speed reduction stuff. Really? They're just gonna succeed those? Shit. Whatever. It's a usable stone. That's all I care about. It came with move speed reduction 4, but it's a usable stone. The fact that it has supercharged on it kind of just doesn't matter. So, I have a usable stone on this character now. So that's fantastic. It's cool. That's nice. That's good. That's good. That means he can start dealing some actual damage now. And he'll have a little bit more health. Oh, right. Wrong person. This lady. Excuse me, ma'am. I would like to order an inventory skill transfer. What do we got here? It is this one. Will this succeed? That's the $1 million question. The answer is no. But anyway, I'm just happy to get a stone that he can use. I'll have to remember when I get on the scrapper to look at how many blue class engraving books I have, and then react accordingly. Oh, another change about the express mission to remember about that was really big was that they should have updated the engraving pouches from the express mission to now contain all of the engravings we have available, not just the old ones. So you should now be able to get like adrenaline and stuff like that from those engraving pouches. So that'll be really good. I guess I could probably check. I want to check real quick if there's been any issues, because that's probably something important to kind of like know about.
Welcome.
At least for the most part, from what I can tell, everything's kind of running fine. Are people really asking for the Guardian raid event to get Ba? Alright, at least for the most part, what I can see, like, nobody's really said anything, like, for bugs or anything like that. So that's pretty cool.
Welcome.
Oh. I mean, someone was, you know, crying about buffing your, the stuff, but I think the Guardian raid event for the first off wasn't introduced to help you get to Vaulton. It was introduced to help you to get to Argos, which is 1370. So expecting them to, oh, I didn't pick up his, well then. Holy shit, he has a lot of bloodstones though. It was introduced to get you to Argos, so it's kind of to be expected that it's not going to have like Great Honor Leapstones, but it would have been nice if they had added Great Honor Leapstones to the Guardian raid event. But at the same time, the Express Pass has not missions, or not the Express Pass, the Arc Pass has you know, you get let's see, you get one pack that gave like Great Honor Leapstones, which was kind of nice. The Arc Pass is the one I'm kind of more surprised that didn't have Great Honor Leapstones in the chest, except for one, which I think was the legendary version that you get. Which even then, if I'm mistaken, it's only in the premium pack. Yeah, this right here. This is probably the biggest complaint with the Arc Pass that I've seen a lot of people have, and myself included. I back this up. Like, this is an issue with the Arc Pass. The only way to get Great Honor Leapstones, like extras, on the Arc Pass is from having the premium track, which is not okay in my opinion. Not okay at all. This could have at least given you like 15, you know, on the purples, 15 Great Honor Leapstones. That's definitely something that hurts right now, is that there's no extra resource for Great Honor Leapstones outside of like the Bloodstones, and then dismantling the mats from the 1370 content. So, and then like, and I think does the PvP vendor have Great Honor? I don't remember. I don't think it does. I don't remember. And even in the guild shop, you have to be like, wait, what am I doing? Why did I go over here? We're going to Chaos Dungeon. Oh, I forgot to do the Unatas dailies on the other characters, so I have to swap back here in a second. But I don't remember. But even the guild shop one, you need to have like guild level 3 to have access to that Great Honor Leapstone, which we'll have access to this week, hopefully, before the reset, so that way I can buy those on my scrapper. Because getting to 1395, I'm definitely feeling the Great Honor Leapstone shortage. So like this week, I plan on doing. I have, I think, 3 boss rush tickets on my scrapper, and so she's probably going to do all 3 of those this week, because she really needs them. And not to mention I'll probably put her back on doing Night Fox Yoho daily. So even though you don't lose out too much doing the rested bonus rotation, so we'll see, because Night Fox Yoho tilts me a little bit. I won't lie, he tilts me a little bit, but it should also be easier, saying how I'm also basically overgearing Night Fox Yoho slowly but surely. Like right now I'm 25 item levels higher than what you need to be for Night Fox. Technically, like, you could be doing Belganos, but I've heard Belganos is a lot harder and more of a pain in the ass. So most people just do Night Fox because she's easier, and you don't lose out on that many Great Honor Leapstones, because there's really not that big of a difference from being on the same page. I'm in the wrong build. I just realized I'm in the wrong build. I'm in my raid build. Even though I was pretty sure I had swapped over to the Chaos Dungeon build. Chaos Dungeon. There we go. Tornado! Twister! But yeah, so... But yeah, it'll be interesting. I think, to be honest, even then, I think any player that's really like, oh, it's gonna be impossible to get to 14, 15, it's probably because either A, you spread yourself too thin, or you just came in super late comparatively to tier 3, because the events definitely have made getting through tier 1 and tier 2 super quick between the books and like just the sheer amount of resources you get. Unless you are like me and you are specifically leaving stuff in tier 2 to farm materials for future classes, you, like, for instance, my striker could very well have been like 1100 a long time ago, like weeks ago. I had enough mets, and with the event, like, I just had, like, with the books, I have enough. And then I would have had 5 tier 3 characters, but then I'd have nobody in tier 2. So basically, until we start getting Punica power passes, I don't see myself bringing the striker out of tier 2 anytime soon. So he's just gonna have to get comfy and get ready to have like a billion leapstones and shards and stuff. Who knows? Maybe by the time I end up pushing him to the tier 3, they'll have made all that stuff roster bound instead of character bound, and then I can just send him to another alt. But even then, I think whatever comes after, whatever will probably come in June, because I have a feeling they kind of hinted at that June is like this. They're gonna at least try to keep the once a month class, if not, you know, speed that up a bit more in for the class releases. So I don't plan on like pushing anything super quick. I still think tier 1 and tier 2 honing rates should be applied. That's something that I don't personally understand why they haven't done it yet. Oh shit, that was too close. Fuck me. I gotta wait for lightning whisper to come off cooldown. But I don't really understand why they're not doing it for tier 1, tier 2, right? Especially if Volton's gonna be out. I think like in May they should just drop. They'd be like, hey, tier 1 and tier 2 has the honing rate buffs. Like, boom, done. Tier 3, it's kind of debatable, right? Our gold cost is cheaper per tap, and then they're doing a pretty good job, in my opinion, to supplementing what we need for materials, because that was where the real stopgap was, right? Was yeah, the gold taps were cheaper, but then we had to go and spend that gold on materials if we wanted to get to Argos in a relatively good amount of time, kind of thing. So in the end, like, the amount of gold we were spending was actually more, because unlike honing taps, materials are not static price, right? So they're going to fluctuate, and obviously if a lot of people are buying materials, supply and demand, it's going to be a lot more expensive to hone, because you're buying because you know, a lot of people are going to be trying to making gold from buying materials, or from selling materials, sorry, people buying them. So I think they've done a very good job of dealing with that issue. Now it's kind of just need to do what you do, right? Like, you kind of just need to push to 1370 on a character so that they can do their weeklies to get the great honors from after you get your because, like, for instance, Oreja specifically, like, is actually a pretty good source for great honor leapstones, because what you could be doing is, instead of especially on a character that's already set up for engravings, like, just dismantle the materials. Like, all the Oreja stars you get, you just dismantle those for great honor leapstones, because I think you get like 1 per. That's like an extra, what, 15 or something like that a week that you can get. So, you know, that's just an option. You could also just do the stuff like the Hypnos Eyes Unitali task to get an extra 1 or 2 great honor leapstones, which I think is actually just 1 at this point. Which is why I don't do them, because I'm like, 1 isn't going to make it break the bank. Over time, maybe I could have, you know, I'll be like, man, I should have really done like that 1 extra one, but for the most part, it's kind of whatever, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they could do, because I don't feel like the pace I'm keeping is slow. Like, I started doing Argos 3 weeks ago, and now I'm already almost 1400 with having raised 2 characters to 3. Well, with having raised basically 3 characters to tier 3. 2 of them to 1341 to 1325. Basically, if I hadn't devoted those materials to those 1340s, I probably would have had well, if I hadn't devoted those to the 1340s, and then if I wasn't planning on like hoarding materials for Destroyer, my scrapper would probably be 1400 right now, which then she could use the next 3 weeks to get to 1415. So I think, honestly, if you're struggling for materials, it's probably just you don't have enough characters built in tier 3. And people have been saying this, like, I don't, because that's the other thing, like, so I saw on the forum someone being like, you know, what am I supposed to do with, like, like 70 greater honor leapstones? And it's like, well, you make more characters. And you get them to 1370 using the events. And then once they're at 1370s, you funnel their leapstones. I find it interesting that, I think people are still trying to force the issue of that they don't want to make alts, so they want to be able to keep up with people who have alts with a single character, and that's just not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. That's like you having 1 part-time... Well, actually, that's not a good example, because there are part-time jobs that pay more than even full-time jobs, depending on what you're doing. But basically, what I'm getting at is, it's like... Lost Ark seems to be a game where they're trying to reward you based on the amount of effort you put in, and which is nice. And as players, you need to, like, just temper your expectations to, if you put in minimal efforts, you're going to get minimal rewards. That's just kind of how that's going to work. And I know not everybody has the time to, like, you know, play 24/7 and do like 6 alts and stuff like that, but if you can't do that, then what it just means is you kind of need to, like, dial your expectations back, right? Like, don't expect to be there week 1 if you can't put in the hours to be week 1, and you can't afford putting in the money to be week 1, right? I don't understand where this mentality of, like, I have to be able to do this week 1, even though I can't, you know, do all this extra work that everybody else is doing. Like, I just don't get that. Like, it's, first of all, it's a game. Like, holy shit, like, calm down. You not being able to do Vulcan week 1 is not going to kill you. You'll be fine. Vulcan will still be there. Like, Vulcan isn't going anywhere anytime soon. As far as I know, to this day, you can still get gold from Vulcan in Korea on characters. So you're not gonna, like, or at least, well, actually, I don't know about that. I'll take that back. But for the most part, you're going to be doing vaulting on your alts for a long time. For a long time. You're going to be doing so much vaulting, you're probably going to end up getting sick and tired of looking at that cow. Alright, so I think we should kind of just mentally as a community dial it back. Like, accept what Lost Ark has to offer us now and kind of just enjoy the ride, because eventually, I can tell you, I can already see it. Eventually what's going to happen is the complaints are going to go from people being like, I don't have enough to do, to there's too much to do in this game. Like, give me skips, that kind of thing, right? And it's going to be hilarious, in my opinion. Well, even though it's kind of funny, because like, I watch St. Tone streams, and there's people who come in and be like, are you really telling us that the only thing we're getting this month with South Vern is just the story and a weekly dungeon? And it's like, yes, because the vocal minority that was allowed to be uncontested basically created this, because all Smilegate was informed of was, hey, there's a bunch of people on the forums complaining that Argos came out too early, because nobody said anything on the forums in the opposite loud enough, right? Because that's the thing with like people as a whole, right? We tend to be very vocal when we don't like something, but we don't tend to be very vocal when we're content, right? So, you know, if you don't mind the pacing or you want faster content release, you got to be vocal about that. Like, the one big thing a lot of people have been vocal about is the fact that they want more classes, and they want more classes now, not tomorrow, or not, you know, not 3 months from now. They want them now. So, and I feel like they might be getting that message, which would be nice. Again, I'm all for having all the classes in the game. I just want everybody to have fun on the classes they want and stuff like that. Can't wait to see my buddy die, be on the floor even more than he already is on Reaper, while he's learning how to play it. It's gonna be hilarious. I'm gonna make like stuff like that I live for. It's pretty fun. Ready for all the Reaper mains who are gonna be really good floor polishers when the Reaper comes out. Even though I find it funny because I've seen apparently a lot of PvP people are just like, fuck Reaper. Don't bring Reaper into the game, because from what I understand in solo queue at least, like, Reapers are monsters. Like, they're just monsters in solo queues, which I think rightfully so, because I was looking at their tripods when we were looking through the PTR patch notes like 2 weeks ago, and it was like they have a ranged stun that they can then use to teleport behind the target, and I'm like, how the hell are you supposed to deal with that? Right? Like, how do you deal with an assassin that can stun you from range and then teleport behind you if they so choose to kind of like stab you in the butt to death? Like, that's gonna be so hard to deal with. But it'll make things interesting. But it's like, man, like, what the hell? Like, how would you handle that? Like, how would you, like, and like, as someone who's like not good at PvP and Lost Ark, I'm just like, I have no idea how I would like deal with that. Like, you know, I know how to handle rogues in World of Warcraft, or I did. Why? Because I did a lot of PvP in World of Warcraft, so I built a lot of experience on them. But a lot of that experience didn't transfer over to Lost Ark PvP, probably because I went from basically playing a warrior to playing a monk, basically, would be the difference in like World of Warcraft. So different skill sets, different play styles. And like, because that's something I realized. I was trying to play my scrapper like I was trying to play my warrior in World of Warcraft PvP, and that just doesn't work. First of all, because, like, you know, just different play styles, but secondly, also just because you're just not as tanky, right? You're just not as tanky. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Let's see. Here we go. Complete this. I love low paying dailies. They're so easy. Oh sweet, got level 24. Fuck yeah, baby. More mats. I think this one's more mats. The question is, can I get to level 25 today? Yeah, I honestly don't give a shit about report right now. Alright, so then level 25, we'll get more protection items, chests, and then more gems. Which this time I need to make double sure that I choose the damn tier 3 gem chest selection, because I fucked up last time and I opened all of the previous gem chest I had gotten. So I don't know why I keep like clicking that one. So like, let's see, how many did I fuck up? 10. Yeah, so I opened these two and I did it in the like late at night, so I was kind of like half asleep. And for some reason, I thought that like the second chest was the tier 3 gem chest, because to me, my brain went, well, usually. So like, for instance, if we look at this, or not this one, actually, this is a bad example. But if we look at this one, like the Ascendant, like I was looking at the gem chest, like I was looking at like this or like the material chest. Usually they go tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. So my brain kind of autopiloted when I opened these chests, and I went, well, almost all the other chests I've opened have been tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. So the gem chest should be tier 2, tier 3. No, it's tier 3, tier 2. So make doubly sure that you're opening the right gem. You're selecting the right gems to open for your gem chest. So I have to I have to triple, double, quadruple check when I'm selecting the gem selection chest for this one to get it to tier 3. And so that way I can toss those over to the destroyer when he pops out, and then do it again here, because this is another batch of like 5 that I can get. So you get a lot of gems in this, and then 25 Phaons. This is kind of where I start kind of going like, like for instance here, actually these are any card packs, I don't care about that. Actually, I don't give a shit about any of this except for the Phaons. See, because this is the one where if you're on the free track, this is rough. You have to choose between like protection items and Phaons. Personally, I'd say Phaons all the way. Like, just go all the way with the Phaons. But, ooh, and a legendary card pack. We'll save that for when we do the card unpacking. But yeah, so me personally, I'm gonna go silver, gems, you know, all the way, go down the right side until I get to the Phaons. And then grab Phaons, and then... Oh, this is what I want. I want these so bad. Can't wait for these. I don't know which one I'm gonna get for the Veritas pet, because I love all of them. I want more than one. But I don't think you can get more than one. But I don't know if the Veritas pet is like repeatable. Like if they'll give more. Yeah, no, you can only get the Fox and the Helgaia. I'm waiting because like, so I picked the yellow Helgaia from this box because I needed, like, I was missing that as like the passive skill for my dispatch missions. But I really want the black and blue one, the black and purple one, and I don't care for the red one. I'd like to own all 4. I think eventually they'll hand out more of these for free. The next time they hand this out, I'm taking Mario. Because again, I took Andrea for the same reason. I needed, I was missing that passive, so I took that. But yep. Hopefully, maybe with whatever drop. I think so like the unicorn drop, by the way, ends next week. Or no, not next week. The week after. If I remember correctly, it ends the 9th of May. So so just keep that in mind for if you haven't gotten your drops yet, is you have until the 9th of May to get them. You only need to watch 2 hours on any streamer that has drops enabled for Lost Ark. And you get a unicorn and you get 1,000 amethyst shards, so it's really good. I personally like the unicorn mount. The only reason I'm not using it on other characters at the moment is because the tiger mount the dash on it is too strong. Just too strong. It's too good. So, but I do like the unicorn mount. I got the black one personally. I thought that one was the better one. Interestingly enough, though, if you look at the, I saw a trailer the other day for Lost Ark on, I think Maxroll. It popped up that showed a version of the black unicorn that had white hair. Is that the sunset one? That is the sunset one. I like the Chaos Dungeon one better. Alright, that's just that. Alright, I need to put that. Boy, I need to click you. Boy, Q. Alright, so yeah, we're pretty much gonna be pretty. I apologize about coughing without muting. It caught me off guard personally. Um, so yeah, so we're pretty set because we got 16 of these. We got one of these, which I'm not using these until I need great honor leap stones. I feel like that'd be the best because that's 50. Basically, this stone can give you basically this chest can give you like almost as much honor leap stones you can make in a week in one chest. So that's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge. But yeah. All right. When I get on the scrapper, I need to go do the weekly dungeon. Gotta get that out of the way, just to build up the currency and buy those card packs. So that way, I can just do one big card unpacking on the 12th of May. I need to write that down. Let me write that on my whiteboard real quick. Card unpacking May. Because May 12th will be the last week that we get the card packs from the Guardian Raid event. And I will say I'm a little sad that they're not like uncommon to legendary, but is what it is. Be what it be, do what it do. You know. Oh hey. Lady Bayonetta on a gunslinger. Actually a really good matchup. Though the hair color doesn't add up though. Because these are legendary to rare, so. Oh. Alright, I'll move these. Oh, no, I already did his Guardian, his Chaos Engines. Alright, so real quick, we will grab his dailies. Get those out of the way. We'll do Lopang, Lopang. God, I keep doing that. I'm sorry. I don't mean to like cough. It's just that it's catching me off guard and I'm like reflexively trying to clear my throat. I'm glad I was able to like bring the sniffles kind of under control before stream today. I apologize that from the last stream where I was just sniffling the whole time. When I went back to watch the VOD, I realized how loud it was and how I was getting picked up almost every single time. I thought I was doing it kind of quietly. Ends up that I was not doing it very quietly. So I do apologize for that. I'll try to be more on top of that, but anybody who has allergies, you know, when allergies are there, they kind of just do what they want to do, and you kind of just gotta be like, chill, bro. Be cool, baby. Don't hurt me. I love you. So, I do apologize about that. I'll try to at least be more mindful in the future to like mute my mic when I feel a really bad like sniff coming on. So. Oh, he has the Berserker. He went for the full set for the Berserker. I'm not a big fan of the male outfit. I think I would have been more of a fan if it was just like a... Well, actually, let me look at it again. Because, like, I need an outfit for the Deadeye because he looks hideous. But I don't think this is the one. Yeah, see... Oh, all three are different. Like, all three are a little different from each other. Because you can see this one's kind of like a trench coat with a scarf. The little dangles on the back. This one's more just like a straight tuxedo. And then this one's just like a tuxedo without the tux coat. I like this one, but I don't have enough, well, I could grow to like this one for the Deadeye, but I don't have enough, I don't have enough juice to recolor the outfit because I have to recolor it black. I don't like the guns. I was hoping the guns would be more like simplistic revolvers, but I should have guessed otherwise. I'm waiting for the Spec Ops skins. I hope those come. Because if you don't know, there's like Spec Ops skin that they gave in Korea that I'm hoping comes to our region in where they have like Desert Eagles for the pistols. It's like a Mossberg for the shotgun, and then it's like a beret, however the fuck you pronounce it, for the sniper rifle. So those would be nice to. Those would be pretty cool to have. To be honest, just from the fact that the pistol stance would be Desert Eagles, I'm like, give me. Because the only guns I like visually that I like better for pistols than like a revolver, because I'm a sucker for revolvers personally. I think aesthetically, those are some of the coolest looking, like the most aesthetically pleasing guns to me are revolvers. I love the rotating cylinders. I love all that stuff. The only gun that I'm like aesthetically I would rank higher than revolvers would be a Desert Eagle, just because the bulkiness of the pistol looks fantastic. Shotguns, to be honest, like any stereotypical shotgun would work. I think Lost Ark is the only game I've ever played where they've have shotgun models and I'm just like, what the fuck is that supposed to be? You know? So it's kind of just it kind of just is what it is. So I'm kind of curious. I don't think the dodge. Okay, so the dodge with the pistols is a flip. All right, yeah, I don't think they did it for Deadeye. Cuz like, so for instance, with Glaver, okay, they didn't do it. It's the same for every stance. With Glaver, depending on what stance you chose will dictate what dodge you have. So Glaver in glaive stance has like a flip dodge, while Glaver in spear stance kind of just like shunts forward, kind of like a scrapper dodge, which I thought was a cool touch. I thought it was a cool touch, personally. Oh, I'm definitely not looking forward to do Luxury later though. Luxury's hard, but I'll go do it on the scrapper and just I will accept the ass way with grace, because I also need them pirate coins. Because my overall plan is to buy like pirate coin, like empty the pirate coin vendor on 2 characters every week. Oh hey, I saw Goku. So you know, it's just it kind of just is what it is. Well, not that it is what it is, but I feel like that's sustainable with doing Adventure Island pirate coin, like pirate coin Adventure Islands. I feel like pretty sustainable with buying the stones on 2 characters every week. So that's kind of what I plan on doing going forward. Put these in here. Oh, that's right. I forgot to put these up for 50 gold. I think they would sell for 50 gold, to be honest. I also lucked out on this guy. Basically, all the luck I didn't have in on the Deadeye, I had for accessories from Oreja, I got on the Berserker because he got. Granted, it was a ring, right? So it's not like a huge amount of spec, but it kind of compensates for the fact that I have a 20 quality ring to have supercharge. Oh, so is this purple? It's not purple. Okay, so I need to learn the purple version of supercharge when I get on the other character. Because basically that would almost free me up from this. Because I need another supercharge stone. Wait, do I have another supercharge stone on this character? Raid Captain, graduating. Wait, no. If I get another supercharge stone, I'm gonna try to like get 6 on it, so that way I can just drop that ring. It'll be a waste of peons long term, but actually no, I could drop the ring anyway because I have 2 here. So 2, 7, 9. That'd be 16, so I would have enough, and then I could focus on something else. He should have no. He won't be 2 bars until tomorrow, but he has another week. Let me just double check again. Cast engine. Okay, yeah. 1340. Here we go. Yeah, he's not gonna get 1370 anytime soon. I think the Glaver, I'm gonna try to get her to 1370 little by little, so that she can, and then probably just try to look for like phase 1 Argos parties to kind of just like slide in to get done. Because phase 1 Argos isn't too bad. I still take a decent amount of damage when I do it, but I think, am I in the right? No, I'm not. It felt weird. I was like, there's stuff missing here. I'll just tempo slash. Shit, that's 20 seconds. I thought it was shorter than that. So now we gotta run in circles a little bit while I wait for that cooldown to finish. I can't wait for the change where you can designate like a preset to content and it'll just swap between the content. Or it'll just automatically swap presets. But it's all good in the hood. Oh, I just realized. Oh no, actually, because it's on the stone, so I still won't be. I was really like, I'll have level 3 supercharges. No, I won't. I don't know. Maybe I'll look out and get like a preemptive strike supercharge rock instead. That'd be nice. Then I'd always have supercharge in everything. Where are the other Elito? Alright, there's the cat, there's the crack. Alright, here's everybody. Swing! Bada bada swing! I just love Berserker. Berserker and Chaos Engines is so fucking brain dead. It's just so brain dead, which is nice. Everybody needs a class that they can just Chaos Engine while they turn their brains off. Because, like, it goes a long way for making, for, like, reducing sanity consumption. Because I've seen a lot of people where they have, like, they're like, man, I don't have the sanity to do, like, even just 6 characters, their 2 Chaos Engines every single day and do their Una tasks every single day. And it's like, well, if you don't, then don't do it, you know? If you can't do it, don't force yourself. That's how you burn out on a game. It's like the easiest way to burn out, is you force yourself to do something that you can't do. What the fuck? It's like the server lagged out and, like, put him back in the air even though he had already did the attack. Whatever. Oh, come back, come back up. Okay, there we go. Woo, got him. Gotcha, bitch. I was going to be like, come back. But I forget how long range that stupid attack is. Bro, the range on Berserk Fury, like, is insane. You can hit things off screen with it. Well, off screen if you're like me using a normal sized monitor. Shit, that's on cooldown. For some reason, I thought my finish strike was off cooldown. I even looked down at my bar before, like, touching it. And I was like, alright, finish strike. And it's like, he's not finish striking. It's like, because it's on cooldown. It's like, well, shit. Actually having 1,000 specialization feels so good, though. Feels so good. Like, to be honest, Berserker's technique is, like, borderline unplayable without 1,000 spec. Like, that's basically, like, the bare minimum to even start to make it feel like it's working. Because you can get back into Berserk mode so fast. Oh, that's right, I'm not going crit, I'm going swiftness. Which means I can't go keen blunt weapon. Yep. Because what I think I might do is... So I was thinking about doing, like, a raid captain. Or, like, level... Like, level 1, or level 3 raid captain with, like, level 2 spirit absorption with level 1 Berserker's technique. But I also realize it's going to be kind of hard to do with the fact that most of the legendary accessories on the market will be will have a class engraving on them. So trying to do a 3-3-2-1 is going to be a little difficult to pull off. Because a 3x3 is relatively easy, right? Because you can just get five class engraving accessories with the right stats, and then you get a stone with 2 battle engravings that you want, and then you just get the purple versions of those with a 6-6 stone, and you're done, and you're good to go. Or at least like a 6-5 stone, and then you just get like a level 1 or 2 with your cheaper one. Like, it's pretty easy, but trying to do like a 3-3-2-1, that's gonna be a bit more difficult, I think, to pull off. It's a little bit more difficult to pull off, he thinks. That was kind of cool there. Like, grouping them all up and like just blending them with Tempest Slash, that was kind of cool. Alright. Swing. I'm still curious because I still think it might be viable. I think with the Berserker's technique changes on Korea, I think we may be able to drop Keen Blunt Weapon and just use something else. So probably like use Raid Captain for sure. I don't know. I'd have to see what builds pop up. I would have to see. I'm leaving Loa alone for like a week or so. Because first of all, it's kind of been hiccuping a little bit, where if I try to look down at lower like item levels, that's not like 16, 10 or whatever the highest is right now, it kind of just, it won't pull the data, so I can't really see what they have. So it's just like I don't know if it's just like an issue with because the patch, you know, has a whole new patch just came out. So I'm kind of leaving that alone to settle for a bit, and then also just to let the build settle, because I still have a sneaking suspicion that it'll probably be safe. Oh, you dirty fucking hooker! Not that hookers are dirty. I'm just saying that this one in particular is a dirty orc hooker, or troll hooker. What is he? What are you? Goblin thing? What? You don't look like a goblin, sir. You look like a troll. Or like a giant. Ogre? Ogre. We'll go with ogre. And I refuse to get out of your swamp. Corrupted ogre. And you just eat all of that, and you die. Good old red dust. But yeah, I'm hoping maybe one of these stones that we get to drop could have like supercharged preemptive strike on it. So that way I can just have supercharged level 3 in my my chaos dungeon and be good to go. And just be good to go. I might try to. I think I should try to get some of my Sea Indolence runs out of the way. I'll do it on the Glaver, because again, I just need practice with her to get used to the you know, just build up the muscle memory for what ability is where, kind of thing. Because a lot of times I still kind of like dodge out of the way when I should be doing like a parry or something. Though on certain moves that you just do not parry, because you're gonna have a bad time. Like I had a Glaver yesterday with doing Oreha level, like Oreha 1 normal, who she tried to parry the clown when he was doing the ball, like the ball thing. But like when he gets on the ball and like chases after someone. But the problem is that he tends to hit multiple times and you only parry one attack with it. So it kind of doesn't really work too well. So she parried one attack and then she got destroyed by the other hits that came after. And then she died. Rest in peace. Rest in the pepperons. I just realized I think I have raid captain on that ring. Whatever, I'll just buy another ring. I'll just wait for like legendary to get like a raid captain berserker's technique ring. That's what I could do, right? Is like, because the stone I have is usable. I have raid captain 6 on it and then supercharge. Even though I kind of wish those were like flipped. Right? Like, oh well, this is the wrong stone. Oh, actually no, it's 4/5. Actually, this is a really shitty stone. I should get a new one. Hopefully I can get another like raid captain supercharged stone. Because I still think I might just try for it. Because it still might be possible to pull off getting like spirit absorption and stuff like that. Alright, I don't think I got any new... No. Contender disrespect. Adrenaline increased mass. Hold on to that. Hold on to these. Skip that one. I don't need that one. Swiftness. I don't think I have any scales left over on this character. No, I used them all. But that's fine, because that just means this week will be just... I'll just use all the scales on him again to to try to get a specialization ring to replace the one that I have, because I'm gonna upgrade my supercharge to purple. To be honest, I thought I had already done that. I didn't know I hadn't yet, so that's why I was a little surprised when I looked at that and went, oh shit, that's a problem. Yeah, so he has 4 boss rush tickets for him to do, so I'll save those like for him. He'll just do his 1 for the weeklies, and then I'll just save that, because in my opinion those are better saved for when you need like great honor leap stones. All right, so it's still kind of doing the lagging thing, so it might just be because of the server. You can keep that, but I'll just go to a different channel. Hello. Go away. These are mine. I had a reservation. I had a reservation. Are you... Bruh. See, like this. I hate this. Like, fuck off. It's so fucking rude. Like, you see me here. I left you literally the rest of the stupid fucking area to yourself, and you still went out of your way to fucking just steal my... Like, dude. Come on. That's such a dick move. Don't fucking do that. Don't be that person. Like you're honestly, like, you're a dick if you do something like that. You see someone there, like, just go somewhere else. Just wait for the other packs to spawn. Like, holy shit. It's so fucking rude. You are not more important than the person who was already standing there. Like, jeez. Like, holy shit. Like, that honestly, that kind of shit makes me salty. Like, where someone just goes, fuck you, and then just kill things, like, that makes me super, that tilts me. Because it's so fucking rude. Especially, it's completely uncalled for is the worst part, right? Like, there's no reason to do that. Like, holy god, such a dick. I'm not gonna lie, that made me salty as fuck. That made me so salty. Because, like, it's just, oh my god. Like, just, if you're one of those people that you do that, please stop. Just fucking wait in a corner and just let yours respawn. What is this? Is this their sunset? Oh. I like the sunset launcher for the artillerist. It actually looks pretty cool. But yeah, but seriously, like, if you're the type of person that does that, just stop. Just stop. Just patiently wait for the 2 seconds that it takes the other packs to spawn. Because, like, that's just such a dick move to do. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be tilted about that for a while. I won't lie. I'm gonna be kind of fucking annoyed for a little bit that, and this other guy who just drags mobs over. Well, at least he's overgeared, so he can kill them. But like, God, that tilts me. That tilts me so much. Like, I could understand if it was like, you know, something like the slime island where you're trying to get mats and, you know, it's two separate parties kind of going back and forth kind of thing. Sure, you know, because you're competing for resources, but for, what is going on? My network keeps dropping frames and it's starting to get on my nerves. But just like on an Una dailies task, he's fucking just doing shit like that. Like, bro, that's such a dick move. Like, you must be fun at parties. Not. Psych. That's why you don't fucking you probably don't get invited to parties because nobody likes you because they know you're a dick. Also, if they ever did like a change where you don't have to like, where Kinsera doesn't have to talk to you for like 30 minutes when you turn in the Sentinel, the Sentinel stuff, that'd be great. That'd be great. Oh, that's right. I forgot yesterday that I was gonna. Yet. I knew I was forgetting something. Yesterday I was slightly having some issue with the internet and I told myself that I had to do some stuff today to kind of like reset stuff to fix things and I completely forgot to do that. That's it on this character. We're pretty close to 25 though. Today is a Chaos Gate day. It's 3:48. That means I can go to the 5 o'clock one. The 5 o'clock Chaos Gate. I need to try to remember that. So I can get those daily points in. Because for some odd reason, the field boss or world boss or map boss or whatever you want to call it, is on the like the seasonal mission side, but it's not on the it's not on, but the Chaos Gate one is on the like weekly mission side kind of thing. And I don't understand why. And the main reason I'm like I have to do it at 5 is because in case you don't know, the maps you get are bound to like the character that does it. And at least from what I can tell, they're bound to the character that does it. And then it's kind of a pain to get. Oh, I still need to go to my stronghold real quick and complete the get the XP from the training camp because I think it might level her up to 53. It might level her up. We'll go do that real quick. Because right now I'm kind of just trying to get the Glaver to 54 because as soon as the Glaver gets to 54, I'm gonna run her through South Vern real quick to get all that XP, and then carry on with life. Because the XP from South Vern let my Berserker catch up to my Scrapper for a little bit. They're both level 55. It didn't level her up? Really? I guess it just shows you how much XP you need to go past from like higher than like 52. You need a lot of XP. I really just want to get her to 55 so she can get like the level 11s on her stronger abilities. But that'll be a slow process. And she doesn't have enough blood stones to buy the XP potions. Yeah, I thought that would get her like at least 53. But that only got her like close to the end, but not to the end. That sucks. It's unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. Also, if my network could like chill out, that'd be great. I did do some pre-checks before stream and didn't have a problem. I wonder if maybe it's just that someone's also just like downloading something at this time, because that could be an issue also, because that pulls bandwidth. But we shall see. I'll probably do some stuff off stream today to double check, make sure there's nothing going. Because sometimes there's also just stuff that's out of your control, right? The ISP has shit going on, and it's just like, well, crap, right? That kind of thing. Yeah. Well, actually, my Glaver's another one where she hasn't had very good luck. Like, she has a level 7 Cursed Doll stone, but I don't have Cursed Doll leveled. What is this, 55? We can make our way there soon. Cursed Doll leveled for the engraving. Oh shit, that is not what I want. So it's kind of like that stone's pretty much useless for a bit. Because I think for her, so actually I still don't know what I want to run on her. I still don't know. Because like everything that you run on Glaver is just like it's negatives, right? Like it's all stuff that you can't really run outside of like level 3. Like it has to be level 3 to use. Like, you know, you have Grudge, Keen Blunt, Increased Mass, Cursed Doll, and then you have the class engraving. All that stuff is just stuff you have to run at level 3, and it's just like it makes her not very easy to build because, you know, with other classes as you're early building, like for instance Destroyer works fine with level 1, level 2 supercharge because it's just helping. Right, like there's no negatives attached to it, right? So you can slowly work your way up to that. But it's when you have to run stuff like Increased Mass and like Grudge and Keen Blunt, like those are all engravings that are damage losses outside of like level 3. So it's like you're just kind of stuck, right? So it means you kind of have to go all or nothing in those directions. But that kind of makes the Glaver a bit expensive. Which is why I don't really plan on maining her. Well, it's one of the reasons. The other reason is that since she's going to be really popular for a long time, it means that her stuff's just always going to be expensive. So but kind of just is what it is. Then again, the same thing could almost be said for the Destroyer. I don't know if, well, actually I don't think the Destroyer will be that much more popular, even with his changes, because he's kind of a, I'd say his playstyle is kind of similar to whatchamacallit. It's kind of similar to the Gun Lancer in a way. A little bit. Like, he's not very fast. He's a pretty slow class, and I don't see a lot of people liking that kind of playstyle. So even though he feels like he's not as like demanding to play, I guess I could say, he's still kind of like, I don't think he's gonna be everybody's cup of tea. So it might make things a little cheaper for me in the long run. Might be. Maybe being the key word here. Because the point is also not being like have a lot of players playing it also means that you know, there's very few tripods, there's few class engraving, accessories, that kind of stuff, so that could also be an issue. But you have a whole region to like help with shit, I didn't mean to swap, bro. I fucked up. I fucked up. It's fine. We have the demos. Yeah, I forgot that for Chaos Engines, I just kind of, for this last one, for the rifts, I just kind of got to just stay in glaive stance until I break the core, and then I go back to, then I go to spear stance, kill the thing in the core, and then I go back to the glaive stance after to kill AoE stuff. I shouldn't have. That was a misclick. I didn't mean to click that button on my mouse. Good job. Hiya. Good. Boop. Heal. Oh, I know what I can do. Let me see. I'm gonna pull points out of here. Oh wait, I have. Oh no, I pull 1 point out of here, so that way I can then do this. Whereas, oh, that's what I did. Hold up, I need to kind of like. Wait, what did I do? Where did my points go? Because you need like, yeah, here. So then we can get here. Executive spin. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to on the raid side of things. Because I feel like that'll be pretty good. Also, I should just put tenacity on it instead. As that'll save me for when I use it on the elites. Especially because I don't really, well, if I end up having to use it on the elites, like it'll just save me for when I'm trying to use it so I don't get interrupted. I am curious how, like part of me does want to try out the other, like, Glaver build, the one where you only use blue stance. But I like the swapping, the stance swapping too much. I like it a little too much, so. Because, I mean, that's what I like about Deadeye. Enhanced Weapon Deadeye is, you know, swapping. Like, well, a bit more than just the swapping. I like the shotguns, so kind of just married to Enhanced Weapon. Oh, something sold. I think I put the accessories I put up, I think, might have sold. Or one of them. I feel like that's, yeah. Or that, or something expired. That could also be the other one. I don't, like, I put so much shit on up for sale that I don't remember, like, everything that I put up. So I always get, like, stuff back, like, expiring, and I'm like, when the fuck did I put Jeepers up? Like, I ain't your daddy, right? I've never seen that ring before in my life. Smile for the camera. Ooh, nice, and a gold one. Sweet. You love to see it. The bleed on it. The tornado. Ooh, baby. Tier 3 gold room. Yeah, so you get gold, silver, and you get a couple leap stones. Yeah. You shot to this, and then doink, doink. Get poked. Damn it! I keep doing it. I'm sorry. Again, I apologize. It's like, you know, you get that little bit of like mucus going, and then you're kind of just like, oh, you know, you kind of just want to get it out real quick. So you kind of don't even think about it, and you just, you know, clear your throat. And you clear that throat. That was close. Actually, I could have turned that 360, so it would have been fine. I need to get used to that button now. It has like a longer use on it. It's basically like when you put the combo on it, it lets you Wheel of Blades twice. I have to remember that. I have to get used to that. Nice. We're getting some tripod stuff on this character, so that most of the other characters haven't been getting, so that's good. Alright, we're going to go over here, kind of get everybody grouped up. And then quick and easy. Quick and easy. Alright, so I know we got a couple tripod armor pieces. I think, 1 or 2? Yeah, 2. And then we can check out what the stones have. This and this. Master's Tenacity. Awakening Expert. Oh, we can see what we got. Okay, yeah, it was something expired. Really? I guess I'll put it up for like 200. Maybe someone will buy it then. That's kind of what you just got to do, right? You just got to keep putting stuff up, like little by little, just cutting back the cost until someone buys it, within reason, of course. Also forget to double check the weapons in case there's like a 100 quality weapon. Okay, and the earrings, no. But there's increased mass on this one. I'll hold on to that one. Actually, now that I look about it, that was one I was planning on hold on to anyway. I tried to sell that one for 150, 300, so I'll do 150, 200. 50, 200. And then I don't know if they'll take swiftness, precise dagger. LMNOP. Value of 2. Epic. Tier 3. Yeah, the problem is I don't think there's any class that uses precise dagger and increased mass together. That's the only issue. So I'll probably just sell it then. Or dismantle it. Get some materials. Alright, so we have 2 tripods to use. Actually, while I'm here, I'm just going to very quickly do Sea of Indolence. I'm here anyway, I might as well do it. I do a Sea of Indolence on every character that still gets gold from it, because it's just a free 100 gold.
Be careful. Expect the worst.
Oh, that's a scrapper? That is a scrapper, but she went with all white
Everyone keep
with
your
the
wits about
skins.
you.
Ooh, that blue glow looks nice. That blue glow looks real nice with those weapons. That's the only downside to doing the efficiency right is that you leave your weapon at like 11, so you're just stuck with the green glow.
Besides, it offers many safety features designed to protect the wearer from harm.
Oh, someone DC'd. I mean, I'm pretty sure we had enough between a 1400. I'm 1340 something. I'm pretty sure there was a couple other tier 3 people in there. I'm pretty sure we had enough firepower to just go all the way through with it, but that's just unfortunate. Try it again. I will say, though, I hope we get the change soon, especially if they bring out more classes, where we can choose what characters we want to get gold on. Because there's certain because you know you can only get gold on 6 characters. So
Be careful. Expect
in other regions you have to be very careful what order you do it in. You do your abyssals in, or if you have a friend who you're like,
Everyone
hey, we're gonna do
you.
abyssals together. Do you want to join? You gotta kind of be like, I can't because I haven't done my highest level stuff on artillerist. I don't think you're in our party. You colorblind, buddy? I'm gonna take that as a yes. Maybe. Potentially. Could be. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Just green and blue are relatively actually I don't know that. Like, is green and blue are green and blue colors that the colorblind people have an issue distinguishing between? I don't know, because not someone who's, at least I don't think I'm colorblind. But we're all crossbows in this side. Crossbow gang, baby! The preemptive strike just killed them straight out. That's funny. Wait, what? They gave me the good suck? Or the bad suck in this case.
I must speak with the Guardian first. I can find him.
Oh. Now the question is, what do we have in here? Take it out while we wait. 1036. 1005. So I'm probably... At this one, I might be the highest. 960. 26. Okay, now there's another tier 3 in here. Alright, no, there's 2 tier 3s in here. So I still think I am the highest, but there's 3 tier 3s in here, so this shouldn't be too bad. Shouldn't be too bad at all. Thanks. Somebody else got it. That's like the benefit when you have like multiple crossbows, is that you can kind of just keep the shark stun locked. I will say over time the crossbow has grown on me a little bit, but I still like the punchy gauntlet better as a weapon for the suits. But the crossbow does have its benefits. It does have some benefits. Like, again, being able to stun lock the shark, because the shark actually deals a lot of damage if you don't have like a crossbow guy, because like
For air bubbles around you.
it's rough.
Don't panic.
It's rough.
Stay calm. I was surprised to see the Guardian attacking.
Like, I do like this. The visuals for stuff in Lost Ark is fantastic. That's definitely something you can't say the game isn't good at. Yep, I missed the elite. We're both just like... That was funny. That made me chuckle. What? Oh, I ate the whap. Alright, there we go. I think that Mayhem Berserker has like good engravings. Even a dumpster making damage, I bet. shit. What? Oh my god. The fact that that reaches in front of him annoys me. The kick. He's easily the worst designed boss in this game, in my opinion. Out of all the bosses in the game, he's the worst. In my opinion.
There's a safe spot. We'll be able to avoid the attack if we go that way.
I need oxygen. Oh, nice.
There's a safe spot. We'll be able to avoid the attack if we go that way.
Oh my god. I'm telling you, worst fucking boss design. He's annoying to hit in the first one, in his first form. And then in the second form, he fucking just... Oh god. Like, because there's nothing you can do, right? These are just like his auto attacks. So...
If we go that way.
So, like, I don't know. I'm kind of curious how, like what the mentality was when they were designing this boss. Like, it makes me feel they were just like, what's the biggest annoyance we can do?
There's a safe spot. We'll be able to avoid the attack if we go that way.
Are you oh my god, like, fuck off. Seriously. It's so fucking annoying. Holy shit. Completely unfucking necessary. God damn. He's so fucking annoying. Why did they design a boss like this? Like, Alaric isn't half as annoying as this is, in my opinion. Because, like, everything he hits you with, right? It stuns you, it'll like...
Something must have happened to
Oh,
Alaric.
we both got co-fighter, nice. But, it's just
Go
like...
deeper.
For the way the fight works, like, for instance, if aggro... Like, this kind of boss, as someone who comes from games where aggro is a thing, right? So, like, I've played Final Fantasy 14, World of Warcraft. Aggro is a big thing there, right? This kind of boss, in that environment... Fine, you can work around it, right? You're like, well, it's going to keep attacking in this direction, so we can stand over here, avoid the kicks, this and that. In Lost Ark format, that kind of boss just doesn't work. Like, it's completely counterintuitive to the way the game works, because the game's telling you, well, you need to, you need to dodge his attacks. But first of all, they made them enormous for whatever reason, and then second of all, it's like, there's only 3 stacks to get stunned, right? So that's a pain in the ass. And it's just like, I don't know, it's just bad. Just bad. Also, apparently the prices for shit dropped really hard again because, we have pouches, so people aren't going to buy from the market. 2 gold for the Blue Master's Tenacity. Woo. Guess I'll just hold on to it. God, I don't know. That annoys me a little bit. That boss fight tilts me sometimes. Cause like sometimes it's fine. Cause like, to be honest, that's not even the worst. I've had moments where he'll do the charge in phase 2 like 4 times in a row. Like he'll back up, charge, back up, charge, back up, charge. And I'm like, okay, I get it. You want to do randomness to keep things on your toes, but you need to, like, certain moves should have internal cooldowns. That move is a move that should have an internal cooldown. Like this boss, when using this move, can I use it for the next like 20 seconds or something like that? Like, I feel like that's just kind of common sense, in my opinion. It's like game design. Because it just doesn't feel fun to have to face that sort of mechanic over and over and over again. Oh, cool. That succeeded. That's nice. What do we got here? Weak point attack. Oh, this one's not. Damn it. I should have looked. And then I should have done this one first. Oh, well. Oh, they both succeeded. Never mind. Doesn't matter. Get fucked, baby. Alright. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Alright, so we're almost done getting all the tripods. We're missing 2. Right? 2? 1, 2. Never mind. 3, 4. Alright, we're missing 4. Because I forget that. I kind of wish. So, like, something I wish they did was. This shows you it has 3 tripods equipped. I wish it would, like, color in the ones that you're tracking, right? Like, I kind of wish it did that. But it's okay. We can also just take the time to look. That's also a thing that we can do. Ooh. Not flirt. Excellent mobility. Perfect landing. Ooh, I should try that for the Chaos Dungeon build. Simplified, removes the spinning kick after striking with the spear to immediately use the spear to support your body. Ranges to an attack that slams down within 9 meters of target location. Ignores collision with no more foes while moving. Damage plus 20%. Yeah, we'll try that out. Like that. Get rid of these points. Put them in here. Excellent mobility, and then yeah, we'll do AoE radius. And then, because it also has paralysis immunity, which is kind of like the big thing that I want. We'll put bleed on it. Then we'll get off. And put speed dive. Actually, well, since we're going to be doing the where it belongs here in a second, we can try it out there. I just realized, hold up, I think I can purchase ability stones, I think. I haven't gotten anything I can use. I can purchase, I'll be able to purchase 3 of neither of these are any good. Let's see what we get. Nope. Nope. If it was precise, if the precise dagger and the hitmaster were on the same rock, that would have been a pretty good rock to sell, at least. But being on 2 separate rocks kind of makes those individual rocks useless. And then the last rock, what do we get? Everything garbage. Unfortunate. Because like the problem is I could buy her a rock, but it's like, again, until she can get access to the +3 class engravings, I'm gonna have to run double purples anyway, and then everything else that she should be using is basically just things that you have to run at level 3. So I just don't have any real option. The only thing I could run at level 2 and still be fine with is like Curse Doll, but I don't have enough. So I have 2 here. That'd put me at 9. Wait, did they change it? Or am I looking at the wrong one? Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong one. I'm looking at shock training. Flavor. Raid. Pinnacle. Roll down. Yeah, right, so like, yeah, see, the only options I have are Pinnacle level 3, which is what I obviously have to run, and then Grudge, Curse Doll, Keen Blunt, Increased Mass. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to, like, the only one of these that I can run at level 2, and even then you're still losing out, is Curse Doll. for a DPS gain. Like Grudge, Keen Blunt, and Increased Mass all have to be run at level 3 to get any, like anywhere near worth using. I guess Increased Mass maybe you could run it because that's 10% attack power. But like Keen Blunt isn't worth running until level 3. And Grudge definitely isn't worth running until level 3. So the only options I have are like Cursed Doll, Increased Mass. So it's kind of like what do I do? Like I don't really have much option to build. Also, what the fuck is going on with my internet today? I have to reset the router or something. It was doing fine for the last like 30 minutes, and now it's like shit in the bed again. But yeah, so that's why I'm like I don't know what to build on her. I'm kind of like lost because it's like everything she needs has to be at level 3, and I can't really do anything at level 3 right now in this current state because there's just not enough high enough engravings. Where is what was I looking for? I was looking for Cursed Doll, Increased Mass. So there's some cheap stones to get. Like I'll just buy these 2 for now, because that's probably what I'll end up running the 3x3 with. Or no, I should be. Well, actually, what I should be doing is running Keen Blunt weapon, but I think those are much more expensive. Yeah, see, like the cheapest Keen Blunt Cursed Dolls rock is $349. What about Increased Mass Keen Blunt? Because again, like everybody knows this is what you want to run on Glaver, and Glaver is the newest shit, so close on stone one. Yeah, it's just like the cheapest would be running Increased Mass and Cursed Doll, but the problem is both of those bonuses are like similar, so you get it's not going to give you as much of a boost as if you ran like Keen Blunt, Increased Mass, Keen Blunt, Stone Mouse. And I have no interest in running Grudge anytime soon, personally. So I'm kind of just have to keep an eye out. And like try to see like, yeah, like these are all going to be a couple hundreds. And if I'm going to drop that much on a rock, I might as well get it on like a legendary rock. Alright, so we get this. How much are the legendaries going for? Look at this, minimum bid of 1 gold. Even then, like, the legendaries are gonna be more expensive, obviously. But actually not much more expensive, like they're pretty close in price. So this is what I'm talking about. Like, why would I, if I'm gonna spend a couple hundred gold anyway, like, let's see. Oh, I can't look, but it's like, I think it's like 9 peons for this. Compared to, or no, I think it's like 3 to 6. I don't know. But basically, like, if I'm gonna, like, 348 is pretty close to 400, so I might as well just buy the legendary rocks and use those instead to try to get, like, something more than a 6/6 out of it. Because they're pretty similar in price, in my opinion. Because the other thing is that I have, like, Increased Mass rocks to cut. These are adrenalines that I'm holding on to, but I have, like, see, Increased Mass Raid Captain, which unfortunately they go together. They don't go together. You kind of replace one with the other depending on what, like, Glaver build you're going. But Increased Mass wise, it's like, I mean, like, I can still run them together because it still wouldn't, I don't think it'd be that big of a problem, but like, there's just nothing really to run it with. And I only have Increased Mass level 1 here. So I would have to roll like I'd have to get 8. Like, I'd have to basically perfectly roll the line to be able to even use Increased Mass level 3 right now. The only other option would be checking. I guess we could check those prices, see if those see if we can find maybe like an earring or something. Let's go for rings. We'll go down to rings. Because rings tend to be the cheapest. So we want specialization with an increase. We'll check increase mass. Ooh. With a quality of like 60 or higher, 70 or higher. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. Yeah, we have some options here actually. The point is, I'd have to cut the stone, and if I get 7 stones, I'd have to buy 8 accessories. Which is why, like, it's just not worth it, right? To kind of, like, try to build a second engraving right now. Because what I could do is, if we wait till we get legendary, tier 3, and then we go, like, specialization, increase mass with, pinnacle. Oh, shit, never mind. Those are super fucking expensive right now. Holy shit. Those actually selling? We'll do 3. Is that real? Holy shit. People are trying to make bank off of this. See, this is kind of what I'm saying. Like, unless you're like a whale, right now is not a good time to try to, yeah, these are going to be super expensive. To try to like build a glaver. Like, you're not going to be, unless you have a lot of gold. Like, it's me. Like, I'm not going to spend it, like, buy any of this. Like, 6.5 for this? No way. No fucking way. You're out of your fucking mind. So you're better off doing, like, for glaver especially, you're better off just getting your, like, just doing your own, like, hard modes and Argos stuff. And getting all that. Getting, like, 5 specialization, increase mass, or 5 specialization, pinnacle accessories to run level 3 whatchamacallit, level 3 pinnacle, and then just use a 6/6 stone to get your other stuff, because it's just not worth it. It's way too expensive right now to do that. Like, way too expensive. Like, people are like, it's basically like they're basically scalping, right? Is the equivalent. Like, they know people want that shit really badly, and then it's just like it's pretty rough. So it's just like we'll kind of just see how it goes, because like I'd rather just leave it up to her, because like for the price of building her, I could build like 3 fucking scrappers, like easy, no problem. And I like scrapper. Like, don't get me wrong, I like glaver, she's fun. But I like shock trading scrapper more still. Like, I don't like the more I play glaver, the more I can pretty much tell that I don't really ever see myself liking glaver more than I like shock trading scrapper, like, ever. Because, like, again, the playstyle is fun, but it's just, I don't know, I'd rather, like, if I'm gonna devote all my resources, I'd rather devote it to doing that kind of stuff. I keep dropping frames, so I think I'm gonna like stop the stream here for a little bit, and I'm gonna like reset the router real quick, and then I'm going to and then I'll restart the stream, because I think the router's kind of fucking up. So I'll be right back. Just quick break.